Now, I'm not going to get excited about the famous takeaway shop which serves peri peri chicken, but I will tell you a little bit of the history of it. Peri peri comes from the Swahili word meaning pepper, pepper, and it was discovered by the Portuguese in Mozambique, or the peppers were, and they made this marinade which has red wine vinegar and garlic and obviously peppers and things like that. And I think it's absolutely bloody wonderful. I really do. And I always make far more than I need, so I put little pots of it in the freezer, so when I want some peri peri chicken, I just pull it out. Anyway, it's a great marinade. Yes, it's got a bit of oomph to it, so if you're not a great fan of chilies and things, maybe this is not for you. So let's just look what I've got here. I've got 5 cloves of garlic, also if you're not a garlic fan either. And I've got 6 little red chilies, and I've got 4 large red chilies, you know, the long ones, and I've just cut those up with the seeds. So we'll put those in the bowl first, and then I've got 2 large red capsicums which I've taken the seeds out because they're fairly unpalatable. And I've also got about a medium red onion which I've just chopped. I've chopped all of this coarsely because it's going to go into the food processor. So coarsely, all right? Now, while that's happening, I've got a pot here. Can you hear me? I suppose you can. And I'll just do some zest of a lemon. And then to that, about the juice of 1 lemon, and I'll just turn that. I can stop yelling, can't I? The juice of about 1 lemon. Oh, no, half will do. These are beautiful lemons. They've come from Ruth's friend's tree. Aren't they different? You know, when you get something actually that's growing at home. And we've got a builder who has just started next door. Oh, fantastic. So you may have to bear with that. Not only is the food processor very noisy, the builder is too. And this goes into the pot. So as I said, that's reasonably coarse. 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, because as I said, the Portuguese, that was part of their mixture, was always the red wine vinegar. 1 teaspoon of oregano, 2 teaspoons of sea salt, teaspoon of ground pepper, a couple of bay leaves, smoked paprika, 1.5 teaspoons of that, and then we cook that about 30 minutes and then we'll come back. Alright guys, that's looking pretty good, so let's just turn that off and process it again to make it nice and smooth. But can I suggest one little thing? You take out the bay leaves. So put that all in there because I want that nice and smooth this time. Now, the other thing is you want it to be slightly acidic, so if need be, I'll add a little bit more lemon juice and a little bit more wine vinegar. But not yet. But what I will do now, I've got 1/2 cup of olive oil, which I'll add through the feeder tube little by little. Now that's looking pretty good, so let's have a little taste. I better have my chili pants on because I'm sure this has got a kick. A little bit more wine vinegar. Not much, just a smidgen. Now I've got some chicken thighs here. Brilliant with chicken wings. If you're a chicken wing freak, brilliant. But I've got chicken thighs today. So let's get some of it in here. You don't put all of it, one, because as I said, I've made a lot. And the rest I will just put into a bowl. And as I said, I can either freeze that, but I will need some extra for when I cook it. I'm going to marinate this for about 2 or 3 hours, but overnight would be even better, particularly if you're a chili freak, because overnight it means the whole thing will blow your head off a little. And then we'll just mix this up really well, put it in the fridge, as I said, for about 2 or 3 hours or overnight. Now, when I talk about thighs, in this instance, I have got thighs with the skin on and the bone in, which I think is better, but you could use skinless, boneless, you know. It's up to you guys. It's your dish. All right, 2 or 3 hours, we'll be back and then we'll see how we go. But the main thing we're after here is to get some sort of colour on it, caramelised, even burnt-ish. No, I don't want it burnt, but sort of burnt. Don't waste any of this beautiful paste. That's the kind of colour I want. So you want it really well caramelised. So when it gets to the stage that it's cooked like that, what we then do, because we're going to finish it off in the oven, and put it on a big tray with plenty of space. I've got that left over, regular intervals while it's cooking, baste this. And it's going into a very hot oven, 220 degrees, could be even hotter if you like. Take about, 15, 20 minutes. Keep basting it, turning it, making sure it keeps on caramelising. All right guys, this is looking good. I hope you're hungry. A little bit of, I suppose, something nice like these Italian parsley leaves. I always like them as a salad ingredient. I really do. In a salad, they're lovely. Scatter some of those over the top. Now, we need something nice to go along with that. Something with joy. I say that because my dear mate, Boyd Piercy, he was a wine merchant who used to bring in huge amounts of Beaujolais in the old days. And I'm talking about the old days, I'm talking about a very long time ago, when Beaujolais was the real wine of the time. And he always used to say the Gamay, which is the grape variety that they make Beaujolais from. Gamay was the grape that you made a red wine like you did a white wine. And it was full of joy. So guys, we're now growing quite a bit of Gamay in Australia. This comes from the Yarra Valley. Look at that. I would mostly follow the Beaujolais thing and I'd chill that a little bit. You can see how light and fresh that is. And that'll go beautifully with our spicy chicken. It really will. And as Boyd said, I will repeat myself, it's a wine with lots of joy.